I feel like they being Lasagna, they're determined to make this character a gag character. And it's fine. It's Ellie. She's been the gag and bullied for literal years in both FGO and Fate Extra. Liz has been the target of so many attacks, and granted, most of them are entirely justified. The whole joke is that her singing is so bad, it's her noble phantasm. It's that devastating. And not only that, this is the first welfare Liz. So of course they're gonna keep her goofy, but still not nearly as goofy as the second time they make a free-to-play Liz. I don't know how that's possible. The fuck do you make the third version of the character the worst, one of the worst possible characters? Anyway, let's get started. Base attack, below average, and she's a caster, so it doesn't help, but it's whatever. She's Buster. She gets all the roids if you want to use her like that. HP, this is low too. MP charge 1.6. Yeah, she has one hits on these. These are travesties. One hits arts are travesties. They're travesties on waiver, and even though he's like one of the best characters, that's because his skills literally carry him. His face carding is nothing to speak of. Stargen, it's okay, but like this is not gonna get you anything. And honestly, now she doesn't even need it. Chaotic Evil, so Doman if you want, but I'm pretty sure you just have better luck using Doman instead of forcing Doman to buff her. And for extra attack, all her hits are below average. At minimum, they're below average. At worst, they're atrocious. And these three arts cards are definitely atrocious. All right, so this is the buff, and they could have made this skill really, really fun. She could have been like a 4-star version of Caster. That's how good her refund would have been. Like, I'm talking. You did not need Oberon, not for, and it's you wouldn't need Oberon, and it's entirely because of the battery. You would not need his 70% battery. You wouldn't even need like a 30. Like, you could probably get across the finish line with Merlin for double bitch setup. That's how like juiced this buff could have been. Gotta preface that. Could have been. So I see a whole lot of stuff. I actually chose not to review this character because of like this stuff was very confusing on this one. No, it's not Nobu. It wasn't Nobu. That's from yesterday. But when I looked at this on the Atlas yesterday, this was a mess. Thank you. This is why I like fandom, because they organize this shit well. They're just not the fastest on updating. So now, guaranteed 20 stars per turn on a 5-turn cooldown, up from 12. Like, this is a buffed instinct every single turn. This is Vitch's second skill every turn. This is Oberon's second skill every turn. The stars, not all the power mods. But yeah, 60 stars every 5 turns. Or over the course of 3 turns, every 5 turns. This is nuts for like crit potential. Like, if you're using her with any other Buster support, if only she could loop. Yeah, if she was able to loop correctly, she'd be critting if she didn't kill. If she didn't kill, she'd be getting crits on whatever cards. 3k heal, also up from the 2k. So they buffed all the normal effects. Now here's the fun part, and also the sad part. Removes latest buff from all enemies. If you successfully remove the buff, they get Happy Halloween, and this is a 500% chance. So you are, if she eats off a buff, you're pretty much guaranteeing, like, Magic Resist is not fighting this off. This completely will overshadow Magic Resist, and it's only a 10% crit chance. But this is a very similar situation to both Summer Kiara and Lady Avalon. So Lady Avalon, if you didn't know, it is not just based on enemies, it's if her debuff applies, the turn minus. That's where she gets her battery from. Very similar. If they have the Happy Halloween debuff, you get 20% battery per enemy. And this is static. This is base 20. Lady Avalon's is not base, or I don't think that's static. You have to level that up to get it to 20. So at level 1, like, you get all this stuff, and then you get pretty much the original version of this skill. If you don't level this, you got pretty much double the effect of what level 1 used to be. So the old level 10 is now the new level 1, like, pretty much, or level 3. That's funny how that scaling goes, like when you just add to it instead of like change the scaling. Second skill, 45% buster buff with 300 burn damage. This is baby damage, and this is not a full mana burst on the mana burst cooldown. This is really stupid. Unless you're using Honey Lake and you're using this as Honey Lake support so you can use other command codes, I don't see the point of this. This is nothing. They need so many buffs. These lizards need so many buffs. It's tragic. Why did they make them this bad? Oh my god, year 1 design. And this is the buff she got. She will get this on an NA this October, but this is what she got in the Super Halloween event where we got all the old welfares. So like literally when I started playing my JP account, this is when these buffs were handed out. So it is a buff version of Battle Continuation, or her version of Performance Continuation, which was like her getting 8 stars, which is still better than most battle continuations. Like this HP and like getting 8 stars, that's better than most servants actually had for battle continuation. So very similar to Shuten, they gave her a 30% battery, and she has the burn amp, and at max rank it's 100%. That's still like, yes, these two effects nice, but this, she does not put enough burn. She doesn't. Like, what the? They better plan on buffing this. They have to plan on buffing this and making this like base 1,000 or something. Because like, part of your buff is changing this from 300 to 600. Like, yes, I know you're supposed to use it with like other command. You can use it with other command codes. You can use it with other servants with burn. Unfortunately, more specifically, Kiyohime. Like, I swear to God, if this is like supposed to be a Kiyohime support CE, I mean, not CE, skill. Props to Lasagna to sticking to the whole Rio gag of Liz and Kiyo being a couple. But yeah, no. Why are you making 4-star welfare supports to 3 stars that aren't even used? So if you actually, like, speaking of that, if you want to see this actually work as intended, go watch Xnaya's video, and he has a travesty of K-scope misuse. That is all I can say for that video. That is a travesty of kaleidoscope CE misuse. Oh, Liz, tragic. You can get all these coins now. Art's performance is good. Her arts cards are shit. These make them better. Debuff success rate. This is important for her own kit. Making sure everything lands. She does have a decent amount of debuffs, actually. MP. It is literally her Lancer. Her Lancer form. Literally the same MP. Defense ignore. Instead of, I think, No, I don't think she had defense down on the MP. But she puts curse on. So this is again confusing. Why is she like her curse damage is more than her burn? Why did you amp the burn and not the curse? Like I have so many mixed feelings about the servant. So many. Bonsi party debuff resist well by 30% bullshit. This isn't bad. If you want to like make an esports Liz or something and just have her that on here for like a super debuff heavy boss when your units when you don't have someone with like debuff immunity, this isn't bad. I just don't think you should be bond leveling your Liz just for this. I don't even know if the leveling bond leveling Liz decides what you should, because now if you've got it like so unlike Nobu, we've already gotten serving coins for Liz. So if you buy serving coins from the shop, you do not need to go like bond 15 or anything. You actually will have too many coins, like to the point that you could like level 120 another Liz. That's how much coins they're handing out. Yeah, yes, you can easily 120 because the pens are unlocked for the character, not the one you have. If you happen to get like if you have 10 Castoria, when you get a new Castoria, she's already gonna have the pens unlocked. You're not gonna have to spend more coins unlocking them. So shit, you might like if you had all 3 Liz, you might be able to have 3 120 Liz's. Unironically. That to me is hilarious because it's only the Liz's that could ever do that. It is only the Liz's. This servant is not good. She is a shining example of a bygone era. Should you love her? Yeah, you get pure prisms if you don't already have her. Should you actually be using her? No, because they fucked up her cooldowns. She would be able to black rail loop if it wasn't specific to this. If it wasn't specific for them having a buff to remove, she would be a black rail looper. She would be a black rail looper where the first skill, you don't even have to level it for the battery. Like, yes, because of this, you'd have to use Atlas or you'd just use another servant. But because this cooldown is so short, you'd be able to pop a 60% battery in farming twice. And that 60% with a 30 is enough for black rail looping for the servant himself. They didn't need another servant to boost them up. Yeah, tragic. They held her back. I understand why. It would have been nuts if they gave a black rail a black rail MP5 caster better than Ku. You didn't have to go through the story for this. And like, why are you actually gonna dethrone Ku caster with this? Like, are they actually going to do that? I don't think so. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, comment, sub, all that good YouTube stuff. I'm putting this at the end of the video because I'm really bad about selling out mid-video. So, thank you for watching.